AC Milan versus Inter Milan, two of the biggest clubs in the world and probably one of the biggest derbies in the world. But today I want to answer a bit of a different question. It's going to be off the pitch. I want to be talking about who has the better kit out of the two teams. So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to go all the way back to 1990 and go season by season and define who had the better kit that season. And at the end of it, we'll see whoever had the best kits of all time. I think that makes sense. Let's jump in. 1990, this is difficult. It's a difficult start already because they look very similar in a way. Like they're both just the simple stripes. They've both got polo colours. The polo colours both have half black and half their colour. This is really nitpicky. I think it's got to go to Milan. Oh, AC Milan. The following year, Milan had... I'm going to keep doing that one. I'm going to keep saying Milan. They're both Milan. Milan and Inter. That makes sense. Next season, Milan had a very similar kit, whereas Inter went to Umbro and they kind of made one of their best kits ever. This Umbro template, this early 90s Umbro, they were killing it in the 90s Umbro, and just this shirt in itself, the polo collar, the shiny base, the lighter blue as well. Really like the lighter blue for Inter. I think Inter win this one. Oh, and then we go into the next season and AC up their game, and then we're fighting against the two. So Inter had the same kit, just changed the sponsor, and even the sponsor's cooler because it's kind of like this nice type. But Milan have Motta and the Adidas trefoil. This is so difficult. Do I call it a draw? Is that a cop-out? That might be a cop-out. I'm going to call it a draw because these might be the best kits of each club. So what a year 1992 was. The kits are down there, by the way. So if you see me looking down there, I'm looking at the kits down there. They're not actually here in real life. Right, 1993, Inter have the same kit again. Quite mad that they had it for 3 seasons in a row, but Milan changed it. They went from Adidas to Lotto. Lotto, to be fair, in the 90s were pretty cool. But yeah, Inter win that. Inter win that. Kit is too nice for them to be in. Not saying the Milan kit's bad, but the Inter kit is just so clean. 1994, Inter eventually changed their kit. They've gone for a different kind of Umbro kit here. Still got a polo collar, but it's a bit more basic, I would say. And I do think Milan win this one. I think Milan's kit is just a bit more stylish, a bit more clean. 1995, a big thing happens, a big moment happens. Pirelli sponsor Inter for the first time. And this marks like a 20 to 30 year dynasty of a sponsor that is just now synonymous with Inter Milan and almost looks weird without it. So that was big this year. AC Milan's kits, on the other hand, it's the same. It's the Lotto, red and black, really clean. It's tight again, but I'll give it to Inter for having the Pirelli first time. It's an iconic one. In 1996, AC didn't change their shirt, Inter did, and this is another one of Umbro's best templates. Loads of clubs had this. Like the centralised badges, the Umbro type, the bits of kind of stuff inside the base. It's a winner. Inter win again. I'm really surprised. And in 1997, dare I say, Inter win again. I just think this shirt is just, it's got more going on for it. I think AC shirts are nice and they're clean, and in their own world, they'd be really good AC kits, but against Inter here, they're really, really smashing it. 1998, gear change for both clubs, complete U-turn. Adidas come in for Milan, Inter get Nike, and Nike have been in with Inter since, so this was a big moment. Adidas was huge for Milan, and this is interesting. Both kits take on a new look, but a similar look. I feel like this is just the sign of the times, the late 90s, where things were changing. And they're both kind of similar. They both have the panels. They've both got the stripes, of course. Inter stripes continue onto the sleeve where AC's don't. I think I'm going to edge AC here. The Adidas logos and the cleanness of this kit just outperforms Inter's ever so slightly. But again, it's close. I knew it would be when I started this video. 1999, this one is a kind of a clear winner for me. AC's kit is just a centenary shirt, so they went all the way back to their roots and kind of reimagined what their first ever shirts looked like. This is unbelievable. It's one of the best anniversary shirts ever, I think. The thin stripes are so cool. The polo collar to resemble the polo collars of the old kind of St. George's Cross badge. It's really, really nice. This is one of AC Milan's best ever kits, so it's hard to compete with. Inter's isn't bad though. Then in 2000, that same kind of style comes back for both clubs, and for me, this one, again, they're very similar in a way. There's a lot of black on these shirts, so the stripes and the colours, the red and the blue, kind of takes a step back for the black here. But for me, I think Milan's kits just win this one. Just that little simple kind of bit of Adidas stripes and the red popping through and the collar, it just stands out a little bit more. In 2001, Milan had the same shirt. Inter developed theirs, and my God, this is an underrated shirt for Inter Milan. I don't feel like this shirt is talked about enough in this space, and this template of shirts, this early 2000s pre-Total 90 Nike. This is unreal. I love it. So like the central panel is really nice. It's very in-depth, but then it's framed with this lovely bit of gold, which is really nice. Polo collar on there as well. Other bits of paneling going on. It just has that extra bit of oomph. I think that little bit of gold that kind of resembles the badges as well elevates this kit. So yeah, Inter win this one. And then 2002, when putting all the shirts together for this, I was like, oh no, I think Milan are about to have a generational stinker after stinker, because this AC Milan shirt is awful. The stripes are like not as black as they should be, which is really weird, and the template looks off, the badges look lost. Inter Milan shirt is just clean, it's nice, it wins. And then in 2003, again, yeah, just there's something off about this AC Milan kit. Like, what's that little bit of neck here? Like, that looks weird. The stripes kind of don't all work seamlessly, whereas Inter Milan shirt, again, it's nothing crazy, it's just simple, and that beats that other one. And then in 2004, oh my lordy, this gradient, this black gradient at the bottom of the shirt, and then like this kind of weird triangle pattern. No. And then on the other hand, you've got Inter Milan, who have got Total 90, which is just one of the most iconic templates of them all. So yeah, of course Inter win that one. And it doesn't get better in 2005. Just, I don't know what happened. This run for AC Milan might cost them the title of best kits here, because there's just too much going on here. Whereas again, Inter Milan's is simple. It's almost still Total 90-ish. Yeah, I've got no words, man. 06 comes around, and I think Milan start fucking about now. They've kind of come back a little bit. This shirt looks quite nice. This has got nice polo collar. There's some kind of accent lines in there to help out some of the shapes of the shirt. Inter Milan's is kind of like a half and half, if that makes sense, because the stripe doesn't come down the middle. It's split at the middle, which I don't know if I like in striped shirts. Like, there's something that's like a little bit jarring when you see that. So yeah, AC win one, finally. I spoke too soon. 2007 AC Milan shirt is just not fun. Why are the stripes all squished together? Why have they been pushed in? What's going on there? I feel wrong looking at it. And then on the other hand, 2007 Inter is just class. I think it's a centenary year, so they brought out just a clean, simple kit, double winner points. Okay, now Milan stop fucking about. They've gone very, very simple, just the simple stripes on this one. But to be fair, Inter have done the exact same thing, just simple stripes. And to be honest, I think the only thing that's letting down ACs is the Adidas. I've said this loads on this channel. I hate when Adidas floats in the middle. It should be over there. Like, it just looks lost. It's like they're either all in the middle or none of them. So Inter edged that one as well. Oh my God, I was not expecting an Inter landslide like this, honestly. Because when you think of AC Milan kits, you think they're all gorgeous, but Milan have let themselves down. That being said, though, the 09-10 shirt, this is a nice shirt. This is very Beckham, Ronaldinho vibes, isn't it? The white polo collar on top of the kit, be winning white as well, all looks pretty cool. Inter shirt is cool as well, like, don't get me wrong, but there's not much to it, whereas that white polo collar of AC Milan shirt just gives it that extra level of prestige. So I'll give it back to Milan now. 2010-11, I don't know what that is. I think, yeah, Inter have to win again. For Inter as well, like, they've kind of gone inside the stripes. It's like a diamond pattern that creates the stripes, but it's very, very subtle, and it works really, really well. Oh, 2011 is another tough one. Milan go back to thin stripes here, so they've got really, really thin black and red stripes, white accents, nice kind of like cuffs. But then Inter, they've gone just complete classic, complete like almost 90s shirt in a way, where it's kind of look a bit baggy fit, stripes, polo collar. This is another tough one. I think AC Milan just about edge it here. Just about. Then in 2012, this is a bit of a weird one. I don't know why. AC Milan's shirt is similar to the last one, but not really. It's got massive white polo collar, like big collar, very Harry Hill vibes. That's a deep cut. But then Inter's shirt is just the most basic in a shirt. Like, you could make this like the most basic version of an Inter Milan shirt. So like, it's clean versus weird, but the weird isn't bad. It's difficult. They might both lose on this one. I think I've got to go in. There's something about that AC Milan shirt that I don't like. It's too much going on. 2013, I don't know what happened in Inter Milan, but something happened to their blue where they just got a bit sad by the looks of it. The blue just lost its spark. Like, for some reason, they drew all of the saturation out of the blue and made it really dark, really quite upsetting. An AC Milan shirt, on the other hand, is nice. The finished stripes, there's like a pinstripe in there, golden accents, a little Italian crest in the collar as well. Yeah, Milan win that one pretty easily. 2014, this is a completely unique year for the city of Milan. Both shirts take on a completely different look to what they used to, and it's funny that that's happened in the same year. So AC Milan shirt is like all of the stripes. Every different kind of stripe variation there is, all of them are on there, but it doesn't look too jarring. Like, sometimes, you know, you see kits like do different stripes, it's a bit like, oh, what is this? This looks fine. Retro badge as well. Love that. But then Inter have just completely thrown out the rule book, and instead of having black and blue stripes, they've just got a black shirt with blue pinstripes, so it kind of counts still. But it looks wicked. Like, it looks really, really cool. It's not a home shirt. It's not an Inter Milan home shirt, but it's really nice looking. So I'm really torn here. I think Inter win. I think the AC Milan shirt might be doing a bit too much, whereas Inter's is different, and maybe the fans don't like it. You'll have to let me know. But it's different and cool. In 2015, you know how Inter a few seasons ago lost all their love for their colour? AC did the same thing here. Their red just completely muted and desaturated, and it's never a good look. Inter Milan shirt is really clean. Inter win. 2016, similar-ish vibes again. It's so interesting to see how these two clubs have similar kits throughout the years at the same times, and it shows you how, like, the trend of football shirts, I think, because, like, neither of them have the same manufacturer at any given moment, but because of, like, the trends in football and what football shirts look like, they're all very similar. So this one, thinner stripes, simple kind of accents and stuff, quite a dark kit. Like, both shirts lean heavily into the black. Yeah, this one's hard to define, to be honest. I think I'll give it to Inter because I like the fact that the Pirelli and the Nike are in yellow, and it just makes it pop a little bit more. 2017 AC Milan just went, again, straight back to simple. I think every now and then you do a little reset, don't you? You go a bit weird, you go a bit out there, and then you reset, you go back to simple. Then Inter Milan went the other way, and they went, no, let's fuck about with the stripes. And this is what I meant about messing with the stripes. You know, when you do it too much and, like, the kit looks completely unbalanced. That's what this is. So AC Milan win here. 2018, a big moment. Adidas are no longer with Milan. They've gone to Puma. Puma, this is huge. This is crazy big for Puma. Like, such a big team to have in your roster. And they played it very, very safe. They played it very safe. I think you do. When you come into a club as a manufacturer, you play it safe first season. You just have to. And yeah, so simple stripes, nice polo collar, very simple. Inter's shirt, on the other hand, quite simple in a way, but the stripes fade into, like, this kind of diamond pattern at the bottom. It kind of looks like scales, and I know, you know, Inter Milan have a very kind of strong connection to the grass snake, and that's, like, very much in their symbolism, so that might be popping through here. Again, this is just, we're clutching at straws here, but I guess with that extra little bit of meaning, Inter have to win. 2019, we have another anniversary year for AC Milan, so they kind of did the same thing Adidas did, very pinstripes, very pinstripes, very small stripes, very thin stripes, some might say. They didn't do the polo collar, which is a bit of a shame, but it looks clean and fine. On the other hand, Inter's shirt, they took the stripes where the sponsor's going to be, and they did that with them, and they made it look like a zebra crossing. Yeah, never gonna like that shirt. So AC Milan win that one. 2020, both kits kind of go out there with design now. So I think Puma felt settled in enough to start messing with it. So to be fair, it looks pretty normal when you first look at it, but in the base of it, there's this lovely, quite smart looking pattern, and that's actually inspired by the big mall right next to the Duomo. What's it called? I've been there, I can't remember what it's called. It'll be on screen now. So it's actually inspired by something so big architectural wise for the city of Milan. Love that. Whereas Inter, they've gone for zigzag stripes opposed to just normal stripes. I'm pretty sure the Inter fans hated this at the time. It was inspired by the 2010 shirt. You know how the 2010 shirt had, like, kind of a diamond pattern. It was more of a modern version of that, but it didn't land very well. AC win this. In 2021, Milan, what are you doing, lads? Again, I always talk about it, like, different stripes. Why are we doing different stripes? There's one thick one, two thinner ones, and then two even thinner ones on the side. It looks wrong. I don't like it. And then Inter Milan, they went out there. They went insanely out there. I just mentioned the grass snake, Il Boscone. That's what this shirt is inspired by. It's a snake pattern across the whole kit. It's so out there. I think at the time I didn't like it. I think at the time I was a bit against it. I also do hate the Nike template that was used this season. But now, a few years later, I think I can respect this shirt a lot more. Yeah, I think it's going to win easily. In 2022, I think Puma went really like kind of nostalgic almost. So what they did was they kind of boxed the stripes off a little bit like those early 2000s Adidas shirts. They brought some Italy into the sleeves, which is nice. Obviously, they'd won the league the season before, so the Scudetto makes it look cooler. And then Inter had that awful Nike template with the semicircle, so that's never going to win. So Milan won this one. 2023, Milan had like, they kind of distorted their stripes for this one. I think the inspiration was the columns at San Siro. I think, and then Inter's is just meh. So Milan won this one. Last season, Milan went clean again. They brought more white into the shirt, and I think it's always a win for Milan to have that extra bit of white just to define it a little bit when it's just red and black. I think sometimes things can get lost. Add a bit of white in there to define certain things like the cuffs and whatnot. Helps out massively. And then Inter, I don't know why they were doing this, but the stripes did this, and then out of nowhere they did this. And it's difficult with stripes. You're always trying to innovate, but this, yeah, no, thank you. Milan win. And that brings us to this season's shirts as I'm filming, 2025. If you've watched the channel enough so far, you'll know I absolutely despise the Inter shirt. So it's never going to win, but we'll talk about it. It's got an Inter kind of wiggly line in it. It looks awful. Milan shirt is okay. It's simple stripes. The badge is monochromatic, which is a little bit jarring when you first see it, but it's okay. And then in the base, there's like a flamey devil pattern, and that's inspired by their nickname. So although not the best Milan kit in the world, it 100% beats the Inter shirt, hands down. So I don't feel like I need to count. I feel like I said the word Inter a lot there, but let me just quickly count. So it was actually way closer than I thought. I think there was just moments where certain shirts won in periods of time. So the overall result is AC Milan have 16 better kits per season versus Inter's 20. So it was really close, but overall that means Inter Milan have better kits. Bold statement, but I feel like I've done the maths here. Let me know if you like this video, if you like this format. It was something new for the channel, so it was like the first time I'm experimenting with it. So let me know if you enjoyed it. What derbies would you like to see in the future? And if you did enjoy it, give us a like, give us a subscribe, and I'll see you next week.